This is Sean with Voices of Racing. I'm here with Matt Reel. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
So you're associated with one of the teams today, is that right?
That's correct.
So what's the name of the company?
The name of the company is Alloy.
Okay. And what's the background?
The company primarily focuses on workers' comp insurance in the state of Ohio.
All right. And what team are you associated with?
It would be DGM Racing.
And who's the driver today?
Josh Williams, man, best driver out there.
All right. So what do you love about watching the races yourself? What's your passion about racing?
So this track has a special passion because, you know, I came over here with a gentleman by the name of Ray Mason, who's a longtime race car driver. Got the opportunity to travel over with him. And I came to a track that I've been listening on radio. I remember being 5 or 6 years old. It was before it was broadcast live. It was before it was even on tape delay. That if you wanted to watch the race, you couldn't. You had to listen to it on radio. And I remember listening. Our family would gather around the radio, believe it or not, and we would listen to the Indianapolis 500. So to be here and be with people who are associated with this track, I saw H.A. Foyt, I saw Richard Childers, I saw Mario Andretti, and to be standing this close, quite frankly, to the racetrack, it's a pretty emotional day.
Well, what's one of your favorite races you've ever been to?
I would have to say the best race I was ever at was last year, middle of COVID. We went down to Talladega, and Josh Williams in the Xfinity race was leading for a couple laps. And when we got up front and was winning the race, that's probably the most emotions I've ever had at a racetrack.
All right, so do you have a love of cars on a personal level as far as do you collect them? And if so, what's your favorite ride?
So I have a wonderful wife who realizes that I don't buy a lot of toys. One day I drove by this 2004 CLK 55 AMG. I looked at it, it was convertible. I said, no way. She said, go back and buy it now. And 5, 6 years later, maybe 7 or 8 years later, I said, I'm going to sell it every year. She says, don't sell it, keep it every year. So I have an AMG. You know, I love Ferraris. I think the new Vets are absolutely amazing. So, you know, I love cars. I love airplanes. I like things that go fast.
Things that go fast. So what's the fastest you've driven one of your cars, and where was it?
So the fastest I ever drove it was just east of Columbus, about 145, 150 miles an hour, with the top down.
And obviously there was no cops.
Well, at that moment there wasn't, thank goodness, because I just gone to jail. Would have been okay though.
All right, so who are your top favorites for today's race?
Well, Josh, number 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Personal relationship with him, wonderful human being. We got associated with him. I work for a healthcare company. I think one of the fantastic things that Josh does is he goes around to children's hospitals, he gets their handprints, and then the last race of the year, he puts all their handprints on his car. So we got associated with him that way. So I got to be honest, he's 1, 2, and 3 today.
That's great. And state your name again.
Matthew Reel, R-I-E-H-L.
All right, well, you can be able to see this at voicesofracing.com.
Oh, certainly.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir.